What if the most powerful thing a woman can do after heartbreak is begin again, without apology? I'm Tina Leigh, mom, dreamer, and proof that life after 50 is anything but boring. Dating Grace isn't your soft-focused fairy tale version of dating. If you're ready for messy, honest, and maybe a little wild, you're in the right place. This is Dating Grace by Tina Leigh. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Dating Grace by Tina Leigh. I am so excited to have my bestie from Oregon here, Katen. She made the trip out to Nashville, and we have had a ball. Katen is so important in my life, and the support that she's given me has been tremendous. And I think that anybody that's going through any kind of a hard time, call your close friends. Lean on them. Let them be your friend, and they're going to show up for you. They're going to help you. They're going to help you move through the hurt, start healing, and that's what Katen has done for me. And I'm so excited to have her on the show today.
So excited to be here, Tina. I'm you launching into this. I know you have many talents, and to see something new come through after knowing you for 10 years is really exciting. So thanks for having me.
And, obviously the last couple of days, there's been quite a bit that has happened that is still pertaining to my divorce. And there was a couple of very serious moments in regards to custody. And then there was also another development where this person that had been brought into the marriage, that I actually saw her for the first time. And that was only yesterday, and then saw more today. And it just really stirred up so many emotions. And it was easier when I didn't see her. It's one of those things, it's so, of course, dramatic that it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it. And before you woke up this morning, there was a post that I saw on Instagram, and I thought, if I could only do this, but in a situation when now it's an ex-spouse and he's the father of your children, you can't just delete him. And the quote said, delete him. Pretend you never met him and he never happened. And what I know now, that's just what I wish that I could do, but wishing is not gonna take care of this. And it's real, it's present. This person is still in his life, and therefore in my children's lives.
Mind-blowing.
And it's mind-blowing. Mm-hmm. I mean, God-smacked. Shocking. I shared with you yesterday, when we were at the pool, I mean, there were some tears. It was just so hard to even think that this is the direction that things would have gone. Not that somebody else would make it any better, but when you actually, that there is another person, and then it's this type of person, it's just truly shocking. It's like you feel like somebody that you knew better than anybody, that you don't know him whatsoever. Not at all. He's done a 180 for sure. And I know that that you guys and your family have had some things in recent months that have been really difficult to deal with, and probably that same feeling of wishing you could delete somebody.
100%. Yep. But it's easier said than done. It's more complex than that. In my mind, any of those separations, it feels good, but to cut off completely is extremely challenging. Yeah.
Well, especially when children are involved, and there are relationships that are very important, whether it's a father, a grandfather, or how even now, like you might relate with your mom, with your sister. I mean, everybody's impacted, and everybody handles trauma like this in different ways. And it's basically I think it's however it comes down, it's just how you can take it yourself so that you can survive it, because it's that shocking.
Protect yourself, protect your family.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Circle the wagons.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so important though, when things are very difficult, to have support. And in this situation with you, we were former next door neighbors, and I still wish we lived next door to each other. But having you to be able to lean on, you've provided for me tremendous comfort, and I know that you love me, and it's helped me tremendously because it's been so hard. And you know us well. You know my ex-husband. You know my children, and
I mean, and to see a situation as shocking as this play out, and to see how strong you've been, and to see lots of people in your corner and folks from the past come back into your life also to help support. I mean, I think to see how you're thriving, all of those things are extremely important.
Today it's like you don't want to get down in the mud when serious things are put in front of you. It's always take the high road. I think in my situation, I don't know how much of the truth has been shared with some key people in his family. And I did send a few text messages today. I felt that, it's truly so shocking. The images, what she does for work, who my children are around, that if a few key players in his family do not know the full truth, there's no way that they'll ever kind of understand what is really going on here. And this part of the puzzle really paints the entire picture. And this is somebody that has cheated on him and caused a very serious situation for him. And within a matter of a day or so, after doing some treatment, he's back following her. And obviously she's still in his life. And it's like, what is it going to take? So I shared some screenshots, and also just made them aware of a few things that are going to greatly impact all of us if he goes off the rails.
I mean, the continued deception isn't going to further anything in a good way for the kids either. And I feel like I saw your mom just kick in with that, and it had to be, some of those things have to be out there if you want everything on the right path with the kids in mind.
Right.
And I know that is your number one priority.
And I know how much they love my kids too. And I think therefore, I of course I want everybody to have a good relationship in time. It's definitely going to take time. It's still so new and so raw that I just, there's hardly words for it. And
it's a wild,
that extreme. I mean, beyond next level. Beyond. Oh, I mean, sitting at the pool with you yesterday, it was like our mouths were wide open and could not even believe what we were seeing. And then we have another friend that jumps on the phone, and she's like, doing her sleuth stuff in the background. And it just went from bad to worse in a matter of minutes. And to take all of that in a few short minutes, it seems. To realize that this person was brought to Nashville 1 week after he told me he wanted a divorce. There's other stuff that we saw where she's standing in my closet, for goodness sakes. Like, what are you doing?
From bad, what I thought was bad to the absolute worst, what that you couldn't think of.
It feels like a movie.
Yes.
You know, it feels like this is happening or should happen to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't seem like it could even potentially be part of my life, because it's not something I ever could have imagined.
And the timelines, the places,
yes.
all the things documented. Yeah. At
and
your
I think,
fingertips.
You know, when I had said with the divorce, that for me, knowing that I was not going to go back to him, I didn't need all the details, because I knew that it would just start making my mind just run wild. And then you start, you know, checking dates, you know, back on your phone, and like, what were we doing? You know, what was the circumstance? All the things, right? And with this, that's what it's done. I feel like I actually have taken some steps backwards. But what I need to continue to do is give myself grace. I did not do this. I don't deserve this. And what he has brought into our lives, it's so extreme that the universe is going to pay him back. There's no way the universe cannot react to this. I mean, the amount of things and how it just gets more and more serious as you stack all the facts up. It's almost too much to handle.
I know. I think I said that earlier. I feel like it should give you some, like, that additional power as you take all these things that are so hard to stomach and now be thrown back into those moments again.
Yeah.
But these are all things, you did nothing wrong. There's something not right on the other side.
That's right.
And this is clear, very clear when you see some of those images. Yeah.
Yes. You know, it was, again, a shift in language. Like, it's so important how you talk to yourself. And this morning, one of the things I said, and I even said it yesterday, what did I do to deserve this? And I've got to switch that language, because I didn't do anything to deserve this. And it is, it's something that is here that I'm going to have to deal with. Like I said, I mean, it is, like, unfortunately scarred in my brain now. You cannot unsee this. It's that much. Mm-hmm. But having you here has made these last few days, as hard as they've been, from custody to visually seeing this person, you've helped me tremendously. And I've enjoyed all of our time that we've had, and we've got a few more hours together before you go home. Yes. But I just, I'm so thankful for the friendship, for the love, and just everything that you bring whenever I talk to you, when I see you. You're extra special.
I feel the exact same way coming out here. I know we said we need to do this more often. It's been too long. But just to know that you can pick it back up. We hadn't seen each other for a year. Yeah. Pick it right back up and tell you things, trust you, you know, get your insights on things. And it's special. And
so our last visit, when you were here and our other friend was here, we got to meet the legendary Santa, and from Santa's Pub. And Santa passed away early this week. And I mean, when I read that, the tears came, and I immediately went back to the pictures of when we were at Santa's. And that sweet Santa, I mean, he talked to me for like an hour, and it was, I'm just telling this man all these details.
I'm going through a divorce. I'm going through a divorce.
And And Santa's like, girl, you are going to be just fine. No. So we had Santa on that trip. Yeah. This trip, this has been the busted nail trip. Our nails are just terrible. And we had the sweetest encounter with this Australian that looked like he was 12 on like an 80s or 90s sitcom. 100%. And the kid turned out to be 31 years old, and he just was a ray of sunshine, though. So he was definitely, he's a memorable one from this visit. Oh, for sure.
He was an energy giver. He was out. Yeah. Yes, we had so much fun.
Yeah. And then last night for your birthday, it actually kind of turned into a bit of a flop. We were going to try to see Casey Musgraves, and then it was quickly announced that she wasn't even going to be performing, which just seemed like, wait a minute, what? Like, how, And instead of people flooding into the Ryman, people were flooding out of the Ryman. Everybody was in an uproar. We're standing there. It was such a strange circumstance, really.
Never seen anything like it.
No, me neither.
5 minutes into a show, everyone is leaving.
It was like the building was on fire, and everybody was just running out of there. It was with their hair on fire.
Yeah. Yes. They were livid.
Livid. Yeah. So, yeah. It's there's always Nashville's a fun town though, and there's so much fun to do here, and we're gonna obviously make the best of our last few hours together, but a little bit of a different style, not so honky tonk and Broadway and those kinds of things. Definitely more Tennessee, like laid back style.
I love it.
Sometimes life asks you to start over, not with a grand plan or a perfect mindset, but with a quiet decision to begin again. That's how Dating Grace started, from a place of loss, curiosity, and a deep desire to grow. I'm Tina Leigh, and I built Dating Grace to help others rediscover who they are beneath the noise. Through one-on-one coaching, workshops, and the simple act of honest conversation, I help people reconnect themselves, others, and the parts of life that still feel good. If that's what you're craving, a little peace, a little direction, and a lot of grace, book your free 15-minute consultation at datinggracebytinalee.com. That's Dating Grace by Tina Leigh, TinaLeigh.com. Let's find your way forward together.
Amongst all of the tough things and everything that you've been going through, I just think it's very special, though, that we've been able to be a bit more spontaneous. Would you say would we had that opportunity if you were still married, if we
probably not, or definitely not quite in that way. Yeah. I definitely feel that, going through something like this for me, it's a new start. It's a new life. It's, just totally go with the flow, see what's going to happen. And our sweet little boy, our Aussie, he wanted to dance. And when I danced with him, I had fun, and there was no strings attached, nothing, and that would not have happened without these circumstances. And I feel free, and it was just fun. There was nothing that was unsafe about it. It was just pure, like sheer fun. Just good fun, innocent fun.
Yes, and I love the excuse to get a girls' weekend and get to come out here. So yes, I feel like we'd be doing something just in a different way.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that night, I told you when we were getting dressed that stupid little bolero that I had on, and it had the fringe, and the fact that it didn't you don't put your arms through it or whatever. And just when I took that and whipped it and threw it up on the stage, and I was like, I'm not getting that back. I don't want it. I'm done. Like, take it, kind of thing. Like, I don't think I would have been throwing a bolero on stage.
I don't think so. No.
But yeah, I mean, it was just, it was good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Very fun.
So when you get back, how do you feel? Because obviously your husband knows my family, knows my ex very well. What do you think you're going to share with him? And how do you think that he will kind of perceive all of this that has transpired over the last few days?
I had told him I was not giving him very many details right now because I want to see his face because it is so shocking and it is.
You're going to have to pick him up off the floor.
Right. Yep. We have guessed, we have thought through scenarios of what might have been. Who is this person? What, even in the worst, like you said, sometimes we might joke about something to, make it a little bit easier, but it is far worse than I would have painted in my head. And I know that he has painted his head. He will be completely shocked as well. I don't know what he'll say, but I think anybody who sees it does not align with who you thought you knew.
That's right.
It doesn't align with that.
I think it's worthy for the three of us to have a Zoom.
Yes,
after
we will.
You share this with Brian.
I will FaceTime.
I'm sorry. I'm like,
yes, we will have to. Have a little FaceTime session after he's got it.
Yeah.
It's just it's shocking, sad. Yeah, but I think if anything, like I said, it just gives you more power. That's not a normal route.
No.
For someone to take.
No.
A week after you're announcing a divorce.
And I just don't understand how, because it's so glaring, how he does not see exactly what this is and that it's not a real situation. It's not a real relationship. It's someone that's trying to take advantage of him and is playing on all of the vulnerabilities that he has, right. Knows exactly what to say. And she just throws all the breadcrumbs out and it keeps him on the hook.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, if that's all it was, I could probably start moving through that easier. It's the fact that I do have children and that my children are being subjected to this pure lack of judgment. And they're too young to be witnessing some of the things that they're witnessing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I told you this, seeing you in your new home, and it just felt so good. I could see with the kids with you, you have taken it and taken the high road. You've worked on yourself. You have gotten to a place where you are thriving, and you can feel it and you see it when you're with the kids and when you're at your, now your new home.
Well, thank you.
And that was definitely something different than the last time I had seen you.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, grace is needed, and I'm going to have to give myself more grace. And I think that when you're going through these monumental type of events in your life, that you have to just take every twist and turn as it comes. This is nothing that I was thinking that I would be dealing with at this stage of the game, but here we are, and it's day by day. I am not going to beat myself up. When I catch myself maybe doing some of the negative self-talk, I'm going to consciously make sure that I shift that and I'm giving myself positive messages, because I do not want to go backwards. I just don't. I want to continue to heal, and I want to continue to thrive and get more and more confidence as everything goes along, and that it's going to lead me to that person. And that's what I'm really trying to do, is make sure that I'm putting everything in place that's going to basically give me the path to who is truly the love of my life, because this is not it whatsoever. This is not love. That's the bottom line, really, is all of it is not love. So yeah, I need to continue moving on.
Yep.
And I cannot get stuck in this trap from what I've now laid eyes on, because, it's so jarring that it's almost impossible not to be shaken to your core. But no, I refuse.
You refuse.
I refuse.
That's your new mantra.
Absolutely refuse to let him, her, whoever, put some sort of bad mojo on my moving on. So, because that's what I'm doing. I am moving onward and upward.
Yes.
And this is no. I mean, just absolutely no. I think back to the day he told me that he was leaving me, and he said, "We will be back together one day." And I said, when fucking hell freezes over and fucking pigs are flying through the air, and now with this, oh my gosh, I take those two statements and make them 1,000 times even stronger. There is no going back. My direction is towards the light and away from all of his darkness and hurt and emotional, abuse, all the things. So just going in a completely different direction.
You said the gift is you are not too old to find what's going to be there for you for the rest of your time with somebody that truly does care about you and love you in a healthy way. Yeah.
Just sheer disappointment. And shock, I think, it really comes to mind, because somebody that you love and you care about and that you've put your life's trust into, they do those types of things, and the level of betrayal is so high, it's so deep, that for somebody to be able to act a certain way for a number of years, like that they're a good person, that they, are Christian, that they love their family, that they honor you, those types of things. And then it's like not one of those things actually are true.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me, at least, because through the betrayal and everything that this is not love. You do not do this to someone if you love them. And the disappointment part is that, again, they were able to get you to trust them to that level. And then for it to basically be a farce and not true at all, that it's like, why would you do that to somebody?
Yeah, I get that disappointment. I get this
it's like
level of disgust, almost.
Yes.
Distaste of just, how dare you bring this mess, or, lead people along for that long, or, live this deceitful way, or go and betray the people that you're supposed to care about the most.
Working through all of these things and continuing to put one foot in front of the other, I know how important it is for me to, again, give myself grace, be kind to myself in those moments when it feels like my heart is going to pound out of my chest, that I need to take the deep breaths and regulate my emotions, my mood, and have that positive self-talk. And when it's really hard, that's when I pick up the phone and call you, or call my sister, call another close friend, that's made some of the biggest differences in my life on my hardest days. And this last year and a half are the pep talks that, or just someone listening to what, has happened, and just actually verbalizing it and getting it out of my system has made a big difference than bottling it all in. And I'm also trying to get better at like self-care, like whether that means to slow down and just say, you know what, if you're tired, take a nap. Who cares? It's okay. The world is not going to come to an end because I take a nap for 45 minutes. If I want to take a soak, in the tub, or schedule a massage, those are just some of the things that definitely, I don't know, make me feel better. How have you felt that you've kind of worked through your hard days?
Yeah, I think coming from the corporate world, the structure of just work, it's really easy to be distracted. And it's that balance of like knowing when it is time to kind of like reflect, and maybe it is time I need by myself, or ask my husband to take my son to go do something for the day so that I can do those things like you're talking about as well. I think the self, like internal dialogue, I'm constantly telling myself, everything's fine. This is good. You're okay. Like, take care of yourself. You're saying, because no one else is, going to do that for you. So knowing when it is time to pause or take a break, it's been important for me to continue to recognize that and not just try to grind out everything.
I also keep telling myself, I refuse to let somebody take my light. Whatever is shining in me, they do not get to put out at all. And I'm making decisions each day that are hopefully, moving me forward and moving me closer to hopefully meeting somebody, down the road. It's going to take time, and all of this, it doesn't happen like overnight. It didn't happen overnight. So therefore you can't have it, taken care of overnight. There's, the hurt, the healing, the rebuilding, all the things. Right. And, just one day at a time.
Yep.
And I think that, making sure that you're also living in a way that you want to live, that is very important. That it feels, even when everything in some respects seem so wrong and unbelievable, that like I am doing the best I can with what I've been dealt, and I'm working my way through it. And there are lessons everywhere, and you have to be able to, I think, step back sometimes. And even in all of the hurt, you got to figure where those lessons are coming from and what's actually being told or taught in those moments,
And you're very good at seeing those signs. You always connect something and find, the whatever the rose instead of the thorn of something that's out there. And I feel like that's you latch onto those little things, and that helps you. It helps you along.
It has really allowed me to maintain sanity.
Yeah.
I mean, if not, I think I would just be a bucket of tears, and maybe I wouldn't have gotten out of bed that morning. It would have taken me months to get out of bed. And, it's, the world goes on, and you need to go on too. And, figuring out what it is, I think it's starting to come into focus more and more and more. And that feels good too. Like, I feel like I have direction, and that I do know what I'm working towards. Yeah. So I'm very excited about dating Grace. I think that it's given me a lot to look forward to. I know these podcasts have been very interesting. They're also super therapeutic. Yeah. The first one, that I recorded, when I watched it back, it it flooded all over me for a good day or two. And it was an emotional ride. But I also, I don't know, I think I still need, I need some of that. Like I have to continue to sometimes hear it or get it out. So I'm truly
You're purging.
Purging it. That means something to me too. Yeah.
You're doing great.
This is for the hurt. This is for the healing. This is Dating Grace by Tina Leigh.